Hi guys, my name is CAAN and welcome to another very cool video. Today we will be talking about a very hyped product, which is of course none other than Quantum by Craig Petty. As always, if you're interested in checking out this product or any other magic products, make sure to check out triponmagic.com, an online magic store where you can find any tricks that you want. The link is of course in the description box below. But that being said, let's jump straight into the performance of Quantum. So guys, for this effect, I need a blank pack of cards for the exception of one single printed card, that is the 10 of clubs, that I have placed somewhere in the center of the pack. Your job today is telling me the exact position of that card. Simple as that. Of course not, it's a little difficult, but I believe in you. Tell me the exact position of it. Of course, here I'm on my own today, so the phone is going to generate the number, for example, the number 2. I will tell you it is a little higher than that, so you may want to change your mind, which we will do right now. For example, the number 18. I will give you one final choice of switching that number for a different one. It's all on you. You want to go with it? Are you sure? Okay, let's see if the 18th position is the correct position. I will turn around the cards one by one so that you see the cards are indeed blank. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the 18th card is indeed a printed card, the 10 of clubs, as promised in the completely blank pack of cards. So guys, let's talk about Quantum. Quantum comes in this very cool packaging. It is a product produced by Murphy's Magic, so you can expect pretty cool packaging here. It opens up like this and you are faced immediately with a blank pack of playing cards. When you take this down, there is the link to the explanational video. So that's the packaging. So the basic plot of Quantum, the main focus of it, is basically having your spectator find the only printed card in the pack of cards by just calling out its position, and it really appears at that position. That's the main plot. There are of course a lot of things that you learn in the instructional video, which is of course again Murphy's quality. And when talking about Murphy's quality, you should know you can expect again great quality, not only regarding the video quality, like its visuals, but also regarding the content of it. Craig Petty is himself in the video explaining to you all the things that you need to know, how the deck works, how the principle works, and different ways of using Quantum as an effect. My favorite part of the whole instruction was basically his live performances that he really put into there, where he performs this to magicians and they get fooled over and over again, which is pretty cool to watch. So really nothing to complain about the instructions. Great quality, great content. You will like it. You don't have to watch everything. After he explains the basic routine and how it works, the principle, you can basically start performing it. But if you want to, and I suggest you watching the whole thing so that you see the different implications and his ideas behind the effect. So pretty cool instructions of Quantum. When it comes to the content of the packaging itself, which is basically the blank pack of cards, it is basically a deck of cards that you get that is blank and of course gimmicked. The whole pack is fully gimmicked. But I'm gonna tell you right away, the gimmick is sort of a gimmick that is gimmicked to magicians, but people who handle the cards won't notice that it is gimmicked. Let me say that right at the beginning so that you do not worry about the term gimmicked when talking about Quantum. Of course, the gimmick is again produced by Murphy's Magic, which is again of course a pretty cool hint so that you know it is good quality, well-made gimmicks. The only thing that you have to add to the pack of cards that you get here is the printed card that you want to use with your effect. And as there are no back designs whatsoever, you can basically put any card of your favorite brand into the blank pack of cards and start doing the effect. When I first watched the trailer of Quantum, I had an idea of how it may work. The thing that got me thinking was the fact that it appeared to me that the card can appear at any position in the pack of cards, which is sort of semi-true. The thing is, it can appear at a lot of positions in the pack, at the majority of positions in the pack, but there are ranges where the card cannot appear at, and those ranges are basically the first few cards and the last few cards. That, however, should not be a problem for you for many reasons. One of them, most spectators won't name out the first few cards or the last few cards anyways, at least their positions. And also, it is very easy to sort of force them to pick a position that works. And those positions, again, are the majority of the positions in the pack of cards. Basically, as long as they do not name out maybe the first 5 to 6 cards or the last 5 to 6 cards, you won't have any difficulties with this. And as long as you, for example, point out that you have placed one card somewhere in the center of the pack, you automatically eliminate the first few and the last few cards, right? So it is pretty easy to force that range, so don't be worried about that. As I've mentioned, I had a rough idea of how it was working, and it is indeed the method that I had in mind, which is a pretty cool method, very, very well applied to such a different plot that I'm pretty sure you'll love this. You may already be using effects that use this principle. This is sort of in addition to those gimmicks. Again, as I've said, there is a range of positions they can basically name a number from. However, within this range, there are two more ranges. The first range is basically a range of numbers the spectator can name out, where you can just immediately start dealing the cards on the table and make their card appear at that position. They basically name out the number, you lift up the pack, start dealing immediately and reveal their card. However, there is a second range of numbers where you have to do a little bit of sleight of hand / a secret move. Meaning, after they have named out the number, you have your cards in your hand to do either the secret move, or you can do that secret move very, very openly in front of them by just talking. Those are basically things that are covered in the chapters. However, let me say that those moves are very easy to do. Doesn't matter if you want to do it secretly or very openly. I didn't really mind about it, but of course it is definitely something that should be mentioned so that you know that not every number will be as easily counted onto the table as maybe other numbers. Keep that in mind, please. Besides those secret moves that you may have to do that we just talked about, the rest of the trick is pretty easy to do. You're just counting the cards, and there is something happening while you're counting the cards, but it happens very openly in front of your spectators, but they won't notice it. That's the cool part of it, looking at this from the perspective of the magician. Those secret moves, so to say, are so simple to do, really does not need any practice whatsoever. It is just as simple as dealing a card from the top of the pack onto the table. That's all I want to say about it. Due to the way the presentation is built together, the reset is pretty much instantly by just putting all the cards back together, and you're ready to go to perform it to someone else, or as Craig does in his performances, just do it a second time to your spectators. And the cool thing is really it will work every time as long as they do not pick those very small or very high numbers. And again, it is so simple to make them choose from the right ranges. As I've said at the beginning of this review, the whole pack is gimmicked. This means that you cannot use the pack of cards for other blank deck routines, right? It will only work for the things that you can do with Quantum. And just so that you do not forget about it, even though it is gimmicked, when you give those cards out to your spectator for examination, they can examine the cards and they won't really notice things that magicians would notice immediately. Right? So the examining part of the pack is not a magician fooler, but it will fool normal people. Even though you can give it out for examination to your spectators, there is a little chance, I'm pretty sure it won't really happen, but there is a chance that they will sort of mess up the deck, so to say. And if they mess up the deck, it doesn't mean that you just have to throw it away and buy a second one. It just means that you will have a pretty messed up pack of gimmicked Quantum cards that you have to sort of fix, which is a nightmare. So keep that in mind. You can have them examined, but there is a slight chance of things going a little wrong for the things that go on behind the scenes. Overall, I think that this is a very, very cool effect from Craig Petty. I mean, if you know him, you already know that he has pretty cool ideas, and this is definitely one of them. It is a pretty cool gimmick deck based on a principle that most of you will be familiar with. It is just a pretty cool application of that principle to a very, very interesting plot. If you're interested in getting this, make sure to check out triplemagik.com. The link is in the description box below. But that was my review of Quantum. I really hope you liked it, and I hope to see you next time.